back. And good news for contract workers working at Sri Perumbudur, now known as India's biggest industrial hub of the country. Of course, Sri Perumbudur is the base of nearly 1,000 companies and over 50,000 contract laborers working in these companies. But the alarming factor, of course, is that as of now, no one thought of these workers' security factor. Now, taking the first step towards ensuring these workers, Employees State Insurance Corporation, with the help of all these companies based at Sri Perumbudur, is starting Pehchan Card Camp from September 9th and plans to cover all the contract workers under ESIC schemes by the mid of October. Now, our reporter Sudarshan Kumar talked to the Insurance Commissioner B.K. Sahu, who was here in the city to create awareness.
I am joined here by the Insurance Commissioner B.K. Sahu, who has come down to Chennai just to create the awareness about the security schemes. So, sir, first question asking you, you have mentioned one statement that pay as per your earning and take as per your requirement. What basically you mean by that statement?
You see, any social security scheme is based on a principle of taking the risks and pooling the resources and pay as per requirement. If you see the ESI scheme in particular, only with one contribution, we are paying multiple benefits. That is, a worker who is covered under the ESI Act, moment he enters into a insurable employment from day A, he or she is entitled for a medical care. At the same time, unfortunately, if any accident or death occurs, whether he or she has paid contribution or not, they get the disabled benefit, they get a dependent benefit, that is for their families. See the uniqueness. The contribution has not yet been paid, but we are paying the benefits.
Just you have mentioned that when any person gets the job, very first day he should be covered under the security schemes. How do you see this initiative basically being taken, especially by the corporate sectors?
Very. I think in last 4-5 years, because of number of awareness programs, coupled with the number of cash benefits and the initiatives have been taken by corporation in providing cashless medical treatment, particularly super special treatment, I'm finding a tremendous change in the corporate culture, in also the corporation, in the state government, that they are coming forward for registering themselves from the very day a worker by taking a Pehchan card, that is not a smart card, and taking the benefit.
Sir, somewhere like you haven't basically focusing on the corporate sectors, but somewhere do you feel it's bigger challenge, it's a huge challenge to take these schemes to the tier 2, 3 cities or tier 4 cities, or if you can talk about villages, what's the basically challenges that you are facing?
Sure, we have a challenges, particularly first starting with the challenges of providing a medical care, because in a very remote places and all we are having, but we have come out with answer. Instead of establishing our own dispensaries, now we have introduced an excellent innovative measure, like in a place like Tirumaramparam or anywhere, we have got a private nursing home, dialysis center, private medical center. We are entering with tie-up arrangements. So now there is no place for OD-ness for the employers, for the workers in 2-tier cities, 3-tier cities. Not only the medical care is arranged through public-private partnership, we purchase the services. And another important thing which I must tell you, now in such places where our workers' families, because a lot of migratory workers are there, we have introduced recently a scheme of ECS, electronic fund transfer of the cash benefits. So in those places, we have now tied up with State Bank of India, Union Bank of India, and we are extending any bank which will provide zero field account, that is zero balance account. Even we will open the account so that those families where they cannot come to cities, they can transfer their money. Even in fact, last 1 week, we are finding in those places where the banking has not reached, we are making a tie-up, we are thinking of tie-up with post offices even, so that anytime, anywhere, cash benefit reach to our beneficiary target too.
Now, the Mumbai oil spill that's been in the news of late has had environmentalists up in arms. Now, they claim that the damage has already been done and that it's irreversible at this stage.
Juhu and Bandra in Mumbai, Manwa and Awas in Raigad district still bear the marks of the oil spill from MV Rak carrier. beaches that are at least 20 nautical miles from the sunk vessel, contradicting the Coast Guard's claims that the spill stretches to only 8 nautical miles from the ship. With the oil leaking from MV Rack carrier reaching not just Mumbai's beaches but coastal areas in and around Mumbai, environmentalists are questioning the government's assurances in fighting this oil spill, saying that the government's response needed to be more speedy and effective.
The Coast Guard should still deploy floating booms and stop the oil from entering the creek areas and affecting the mangroves. I don't think they've even started thinking about doing that. Our new Environment Minister started off by saying this is a very minor leak, and we are actually now facing the consequences of this kind of lethargic approach.
Environmentalists say this is the fruiting season for mangroves and this will affect the fresh crop. It will also impact the ongoing fish breeding season. A bigger worry, the oil may enter the food chain through human consumption of fish. There are also concerns that the chemical dispersant used to contain the spill may have a toxic impact.
Well, the spills are not new. I mean, there were intermittent spills subsequent to Chitra. So what basically happens in an ecosystem is that we are not allowing ecosystem to recover from a major disaster.
The Directorate General of Shipping is now planning to start diving operations near the ship, hoping to plug the leak still flowing at the rate of half a ton per hour. But the bulk of the damage may already have been done. With camera person Abdullah Zakaria in Mumbai, Saurabh Gupta for NDTV.
In developments from Kerala now, a panel of astrologers performing an elaborate ritual to find out God's will say that the unopened vault at the temple should not be opened. Now they say it will appoint God's wrath. It was a 4-day ritual and the astrologers said that the enormous treasure at the Padmanabha Swami temple shouldn't be filmed, photographed or shifted.
ഈ നിലവറ തുറന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ദേവന്റെ അനിഷ്ടം അത് തുറക്കുന്നവർക്ക് അനിഷ്ടം നാടിനും രാഷ്ട്രത്തിനും മുഴുവനും അനിഷ്ടം ഉണ്ടാവും.
Well, as the big names hit the silver screen today, we find out if they've made an impact. That's first up on the other side.